Today's U.S. beef producers are often looked to other countries as they search for new markets for our product. But as Brian Baxter reports from the International Livestock Congress, there are a number of significant challenges.
Wherever in the world you go, one issue that can cause havoc with consumer demand for meat is food safety. So it's no surprise food safety was a huge topic at the recent International Livestock Congress in Denver. The significance of this issue is not lost on U.S. industry.
The entire mission is to reduce and reduce and reduce the number of harmful pathogenic bacteria on our food. We do produce the safest meat in the world, but we still continually have to improve.
The consumer's awareness from our politicians and regulators to the actual consumer groups themselves has grown so much in the 20 years that I've been involved in the industry that it's one of the areas that we have to focus on.
Nearly 200 people attended the ILC. Some attendees represented retailers who are key members of the industry team.
We made the effort to come to a Cattlemen's Association meeting. It's important that we all realize that from a food safety standpoint, from a quality standpoint, and from a perception standpoint, we're all in this together.
Russell Cross headed food safety at USDA under two presidents, so he knows the importance of the battle.
We've made great strides since '94 when we began initiating HACCP, and of course that's in every single plant in this country. But it's not over. We're still having recalls, we're still having illnesses, and so we've got a ways to go, but we've come a long ways.
While E. coli gets the headlines, it isn't the only food safety issue the food industry has in its spotlight.
We actually have more salmonella recalls this past year than we did E. coli recalls. And so we've got to put that on our list as another key pathogen that we have to deal with. Of course, a lot of the interventions that we use on E. coli also will work on salmonella. And I think another issue that we'll have to deal with on salmonella is the antibiotic-resistant strains of salmonella. USDA is going to start paying more attention to those, and so will the industry, and so will the researchers.
Beyond food safety, other issues were on the agenda at the International Livestock Congress.
I think it's very good for the meat industry in general and for farmers included in that to come and share ideas internationally and to sort of have a feeling that we are collectively marketing meat into our various different markets. And I've always been quite keen on the idea on competition not necessarily resulting in death for some parties. We need to coexist in this world, and that's, in my view, the way in which the international trade in meat would be a lot more reliable business in the future if everybody was a bit more considerate about how they exported and traded meat, so as not to totally undermine the economics of the producers in the countries into which they're exporting.
Though they all had concerns, most participants had an optimistic view of the industry's future.
I'm enthusiastic. I think our industry is enthusiastic. They know they've been through a rough time. They know it's still going to be rough probably through 2010. But we will survive and we will continue to thrive.
From the International Livestock Congress in Denver, I'm Brian Baxter for NCBA's Cattlemen to Cattlemen.
Now, if you'd like to learn more about the ILC and the International Stockmen's Educational Foundation, visit us at cattlementocattlemen.org.